There is a lot of new emerging technologies coming into play in the last couple of years, and probably will still continue shaping up in the future. Accelerate banking industry digital transformation is one of Citi's mandate, who is leading on this field worldwide. This is a very complex and challenging objective where innovation is the key driver. To understand a little bit more about this journey, how banks are leading the way, and how collaborative environments positively supports this new reality, we welcome Gulru Atak, Global Head of Innovation, Treasury, and Trade Solutions at Citi. So Guru, thanks so much for joining us. It is a pleasure to be having with you this mobile conversation.
Thank you, Isabella. It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited and looking forward to our chat.
Amazing. So Guru, I would like to start our conversation talking about the Innovation Lab. So basically, I would like to understand more about them and which are the goals of a bank's Innovation Lab.
Sure. Thank you. Let me take a step back, maybe explaining this. We are managing risk, and our clients, they are trusting us with their money, with their transactions, with their securities and assets. So basically, we cannot risk this asset or the client trust into some of the new technologies without necessarily understanding them in depth. So the Innovation Labs, in my view, gives us the ability, by providing a contained environment, they give us the ability to explore new technologies, experiment with new technologies, to understand new business models, and then bring them back to our businesses for them to take these as solutions, potential solutions to our clients. That's definitely one. So it's almost like a sandbox for the bank. That's one. The second is it's a great place to help enable the cultural transformation, because the Innovation Labs act as an evangelist of innovation inside traditional organizations like banks and help that mindset shift happen. And then the third one is linking the bank to the external world. And what I mean with that is engagement with startups, engagement with fintechs, academia, plus the ability to attract a different set of talent into the bank, where normally some people who normally wouldn't think about working in a bank can actually and work in Innovation Labs, and then export that talent back into the mainstream organization.
Oh, that's amazing. I really love this explanation related to the collaboration with all the different stakeholders of the bank. And I assume that you have an important experience in Dublin. And I would like to know if you could share with us your brief story about Dublin Innovation Lab since its foundation, major achievements, and the engagement, not only with the different stakeholders of Citi, but also particularly with fintech startups.
Sure. Let me do that. I'm so proud, actually, to say that our Innovation Lab in Dublin is Citi's actually first innovation lab in our institutional clients group. And it was established in 2009, which is a very important year for financial services industry, because it is the year immediately after the global credit crisis, the global financial crisis. So the bank's leadership by then made a very bold move to invest into an innovation lab, a research and development center, during a very challenging time for the industry. And so this is our 12th year. We have evolved and we have pivoted ourselves a couple of times. We started like pure technology research center, and then built, certain other capabilities like design thinking, data science, blockchain over the years, which actually brought us to today. And over these 12 years, we have a couple of application software which were launched into production. One is Citi Direct BE Mobile, which is the mobile banking for our corporate clients in Citi. The other one was a payment outlier detection platform leveraging machine learning. Few years ago. Last year, we were named as one of the world's best financial innovation labs by Global Finance magazine. which is fantastic. And then as a response to COVID in 2020, we actually launched our virtual innovation lab to take the lab on the road to our clients and to the colleagues who are not able to visit the innovation lab. So we kind of reinvented ourselves a couple of times and pivoted towards a more collaborative and partnership approach where we are listening to our clients, hearing from our clients, but more importantly, co-creating with our clients.
Oh, that's amazing. So you are a great supporter of collaboration, and I like this concept of the collaboration as an innovation driver. So why is collaboration considered the new innovation?
That's a fantastic question, and that's very dear to my heart. I said it a couple of times. I'm not a futurist, and I cannot, it is very difficult to predict future. But there's one thing that I can really predict and I can argue is that the future is all about partnerships, all about collaboration. Why? Because if we think about the world that we are in today, all the industries are going through tremendous disruption. It's not in just financial services, it's across industries. And this disruption powered by emerging technologies, new technologies, it is so strong that one single entity, a standalone business, cannot really respond to it to survive and then to thrive. So that's why collaboration will become much more important. It is important and it will be much more important. There are a couple of examples which are public, like even long-time competitors are collaborating. If you look at an example from auto industry, BMW and Daimler, 2 years ago, they actually announced a joint venture, which is called Young Now. And they have like couple of different business lines. For example, Free Now, which is a taxi cab sharing and calling app, or Charge Now, which is where you charge your electronic vehicle and make the payment on the application. So the almost like infinite competitors, they are collaborating. And for banks, what does it mean? Partnerships and collaboration. First, recognizing where we are not really strong and where we can benefit from the strengths of others, maybe like fintechs or startups. Second, how do we come as an industry together and solve for the inefficiencies or the frictions within the industry itself, where we are not that strong as standalone banks? And then third, again, by collaborating with the external world, can we actually stretch our boundaries or the business model a little bit further to better serve our clients? So that's why I think partnerships is the future.
And Gulru, do you have some example related to the collaboration of Citi with some potential competitor, with another financial institution or bank?
Sure. For example, we as Citi, we have invested in 2 different trades-related consortia. One is called Congo, which is for commodity trade finance space, where we have participation from different banks in Europe. And then the other one is Comptoir, which is in Asia, where again, some of our competitor banks are investors. And basically, this is to solve for the letter of credit related inefficiencies or bureaucracies in trade space, coming together, digitizing the processes and bringing efficiencies to our corporates. This is a bank-to-bank type of collaboration, but then we also collaborate with fintechs as well, which 4 or 5 years ago, the industry saw as more like they are here to kill us, but actually now we collaborate, right? So we have examples like companies like Higher Ideas or Fitzai, where we come together and we give different solutions to our clients, from receivable reconciliation to payment outlier detection.
At the end of last year, the Central Bank of Uruguay announced a plan to promote the implementation of instant payments and also of open banking. The objective is, of course, to modernize the payments and financial services. So what can you share about the impacts of both kind of initiatives in other regions or countries?
Sure.
Instant payments and open banking.
And open banking. So instant payments, I see instant payments as I mentioned a little bit ago, like instant payments is really serving the consumer expectations, which is actually converging with corporate expectations as well. Now, real time. I don't want batch processing. I don't want T+1 settlement. If I'm sharing a restaurant bill with my friend, I want my friend to receive the money now, not tomorrow, not in a month's time, right? So instant payment is really servicing today's and future's expectations of consumers, which is fantastic. That's one. Open banking. I'm a big fan of open banking because open banking has, in my view, almost like a holy purpose. It's all about financial inclusion. Like financial inclusion is one of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, right? And if you think about open banking means bringing lower cost financial services to potentially underbanked or unbanked populations, user flexibility, user convenience, the avoidance of minimum balances in accounts, like the requirement of minimum balances in accounts are removed. So open banking, in my view, is a key enabler of financial inclusion and democratization of financial services. If you look at India, for example, India launched UPI, their unified payments platform, in 2016. And I was just checking the numbers. They had, in October last year, they had 2 billion transactions in a month. And it's truly enabled, powered by Aadhaar, which is the digital identity in India. It's really enabled a very big portion of unbanked population to become banked, to have accounts and to be included in the financial system. It's a very large country, but now it's even like I think initially they tiered the cities like tier 1, tier 2. Now they are moving to tier 3 cities as well. So it's amazing. It definitely says, it definitely is a tool to enable financial inclusion. There are I think in 2017, I guess the unbanked population was estimated to be 1.7 billion around the world. So things like open banking will totally reduce that number in future. That's one. And then the other example I really like is China, especially around instant payments. 86% of the penetration of mobile wallets in China is 86%.
And the WeChat, right?
Yes, WeChat, Alipay, all of them. So if you think it is amazing because nothing is simpler than using your mobile phone to make a financial transaction. And currently in China, it's not just payment transactions. You can actually borrow money or invest in assets as well. So that's also amazing. It is how the adoption also has followed is amazing in my view.
Okay, that's amazing. Well, excellent, Guru. I really enjoy this conversation, and thank you so much for all your insights. I hope you have enjoyed too the conversation.
Thank you, Isabel. I really enjoyed it, and hope one day we can do it in person in Uruguay.
Oh yes, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.